You're listening to the Metal Mixtape. I'm Jimbo, and I'm here with Margarita.
Good evening, everyone.
That was Structural Repairs with Existential Death. Before that, you heard Proclaimer with Fight to Read, probably my favorite song by Proclaimer, released off of this new EP. Crush Hazard from Portland, the song called On Ice. They're going to be sending me a CD later this week, and I believe we should be able to play a different track maybe next episode. And then we had Within Sight, Left Me for Dead, and of course Blood Moon Warning, Midnight Love Affair. Again, you're listening to KSKQ 89.5 FM in Ashland, Oregon, 94.1 FM in Medford, Oregon. We have a very special treat for you. On the phone with me now, John from the band Structural Repairs. Are you there, dude?
Yes, I'm here, man.
Very cool. Now, do you prefer John or Juan?
Actually, my name is Juan.
Okay, so we have Juan from Structural Repairs. That was a killer tune, man. Existential Death.
Yeah.
New stuff for you guys?
Yeah, that's from our latest EP. It was released last year. It's a 4-song EP. That's actually a very special song to me. It's got some very personal lyrics and stuff.
Yeah, what's that about?
The lyrics are actually about my mom's disease. My mom's got some mental health problems about 4 years ago. She got into some deep depression and stuff, some paranoia, some suicidal thoughts and stuff, and that song's kind of about that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. Things are better now.
Right. Now, you guys are from Brazil, right?
Yes, we are.
So when was the band actually formed?
Well, the band actually started in 2010, but it was never really kind of a professional stuff. It was more like a hobby to the guys, you know, and they had a lot of changes in lineup, many guys coming and going. They did release an album in 2013 called Mind the Gap, but as I said, there was a lot of coming and going of different members and stuff. So we kind of consider the band just started for real in 2016 after I entered. I was the last one to join the band.
Okay, so who else in the band right now?
It's Breno, the only original member of the band, the other guitar player, Fernando, the drummer, and Murilo, the bass player.
Okay, so there's 4 guys in the band total?
Yes.
And you do vocals?
I do vocals and guitar. At least I try to.
Oh, alright. That's awesome. Now, have you played in any other bands before this one?
Yes. Actually, I believe all of us have played in lots of bands. I mean, I started playing in bands when I was 14. I'm turning 30 this year, so. I used to have a band here in Brazil called Carmage, where I actually played the bass. And I had some Black Label Society cover bands as well.
Fan of Zakk Wylde?
Yes, I had 2 Black Label Society cover bands in my life, so yeah, I can say I'm a big Zakk Wylde fan.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, one of the guitar players in one of the bands I play in is a huge fan as well. Zack's great.
Yeah, he is the best, man.
So how did you guys all meet? Tell us more about the musical community you're a part of.
The music scene here in Brazil in general, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, the metal scene here in Brazil is a little weak at the moment, if I might say. I mean, back when I was a teenager, we used to have lots of places to play, you know, like more venues. In my city alone, I believe there were about 5 or 6 bars where you could go and listen to live bands playing and stuff. Now there are none. You only have like 3 or 4 houses where you can go see bands play in the whole state of São Paulo. I mean, big houses, nice houses, you know.
Right. Now, do you play outside of Brazil?
Not yet.
But that's the plan, right? Eventually?
Yes, absolutely. We're working hard on trying to get some contacts, especially in Europe and in the US. And that's kind of our goal, you know, to go maybe get some tours abroad. We can't just leave off the band, you know, we're gonna have to go kind of like the guys of Tank Card do, you know? Work jobs during the week, play concerts during the weekend, tour whenever's possible.
Alright, yeah. It is the top of the hour. I have to say that anybody tuning in, you're listening to KSKQ 89.5 FM in Ashland, Oregon, 94.1 FM in Medford, Oregon. This is the Metal Mixtape, and we are on the phone right now with Juan from the band Structural Repairs. Now, this is a band that I just recently learned about, and you heard a song from them just a moment ago called Existential Death. Now, in a few minutes when we wrap up the interview, I'm going to play another track called This Is War. Now, I've heard this one a few times. There is a lyric video for this song. Tell us about This Is War.
Well, This Is War was actually Breno, the other guitar player. He came up with some lyrics in Portuguese, and he asked me to kind of improve upon it and made it into English and stuff. And it's kind of a portrait of what we believe being in a war must be like. Because even though we talk a lot about violence and war, we don't actually motivate it. It's kind of a thing we do to try to open people's eyes with it. If you check the lyric videos, you see a lot of ugly stuff that we even got some people saying that they felt kind of sick with the imagery and the lyric videos and stuff. But that was kind of our goal, kind of show people that, dude, killing each other and torturing and mutilating, it's not nice. It's not like you see in video games.
Right. No, it makes for good subject matter in metal songs for sure. What kind of other subject matters are you writing about?
Mainly about human psyche and mental problems and things that are very personal to me, especially like depression and existential stuff. Like if you get the lyrics for Erratic Thoughts, it talks about some moments in life when you feel lonely and you kind of wonder why you're here and what this life is all about and this kind of stuff. Some kind of nihilistic ideas maybe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Does this help you feel better? Is it something that you're doing more to reach out to other people and let them know how you're feeling? Maybe they're feeling the same way?
Yeah, it's kind of more to show people that they're not the only ones that go through stuff. I was lucky enough to have been strong to overcome stuff that happened in my life, from childhood stuff, from things that happened to me growing up, and my mom's stuff after I got older. But many people, they kind of keep stuff to themselves, and I believe that's a lot what happened to my mom. She was always that she had to be like my mom and my dad, because my dad split when I was younger, and she never really let her emotions out. She always had to play the hard cop and stuff, and she was never one to open up to people and to ask for help and stuff. And I think it's important, to let her emotions out sometimes and look for help and talk to people and not just keep those things inside you, because there's always that last straw, and sometimes when it's too late it can be fatal.
Right, yeah.
So when you're going through your lyrics as a songwriter, do you go back to your old journals and see how much you've changed, like how much progress you've made?
Yes, I do. Sometimes I get into some old lyrics I wrote when I was like a teenager and stuff, and I just look at them and I think, what the hell was this guy?
Well, you were 15, so of course you're going to sound like a kid, right?
Yes, indeed. It's funny, when you're a teenager, you think you know everything, you think you're smarter than everyone, you think you know the truth and stuff, and then you grow up and you realize how stupid you have been your whole life.
We all do that.
Yeah.
That's just all part of the normal path for the life for us. But what is it you most cherish about the experience of performing live? I mean, is that something that you look forward to every time? Do you find it like a release or a catharsis?
Well, playing live for me is like that thing that keeps me going, As you said, I've been playing since I was 14 years old in bands. And there was actually a time in my life where I didn't have any bands, and I didn't even look at my guitars because of many reasons, work, and I was working on my education as well, going to university and all this stuff. And, it was weird because sometimes I would just look at my life, I would feel that something was missing. Like, even if everything was going fine, I wasn't really happy, And then once I got playing again, that hole was kind of filled. I know it's kind of cliche to say that, but it actually is true, Music is a great part of my life, and playing on not just playing live, even a simple rehearsal, being there with the guys and playing your tunes, it's really motivational,
Do you enjoy the recording process as well?
I don't have a lot of experience recording per se, because the first professional stuff we did was the EP. With the other bands I had, we never really got to write our own material and record it and release an album, like the whole process. So this was my first experience, and it was just 4 songs. So when it was starting to get a little stressful, it was over. So I'm kind of mentally preparing myself now for the full length that we're going to be recording in the future.
Well, let me say that these studio recordings, they really do sound fantastic. They really do.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah. And thank you for letting us play them here on Metal Mixtape.
Please play them whenever you guys want, man.
You know, you must be really dedicated because it's like 2 in the morning there, right?
No, it's actually 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 in the morning.
Yes, I've had like 5 cups of coffee.
Oh man, that's a lot to deal with. You have to go to work today?
Just at night.
Oh, okay, so it's not as so bad. But yeah, I was thinking, boy, these people have to be really dedicated to what they're doing to be up in the middle of the night for a radio interview.
I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I'm an English teacher, so this whole month of January I've been on vacation, and I spent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I spent all day and night working for the band, you know, sending emails, going after partnerships, and trying to get fans like online, like going dude by dude saying, hey, check my band here, you might like it, give us some feedback. So I've been going to bed around this time, yeah, so it's not really a problem.
And that's so typical of creative types, especially musicians, is to be very awake at night. So, and if you're a teacher, you get the summers off, right? And so that's perfect if you want to go tour.
Yes, it is. Because I actually end up getting 2 months off, like January and July. At least that's how it works here in Brazil.
Ow.
Yeah. It's not that good because I don't work at regular schools. I work at language schools and I get paid by class, you know. So if I don't teach, I don't get paid.
Oh.
Yeah, so, you know, it has its positives and the negatives, but it's good to have like 2 months off in a year, especially with the band, because since the other guys, they work in companies and stuff, I end up doing most of the work they can't do.
Yeah, and we were talking about language earlier, you and I were, because you told me you speak Spanish as well.
Yeah, I do a little. I studied it about 10 years ago, haven't gotten much practice, you know.
Now, would you say, because you speak Portuguese, that when you hear somebody speak Spanish, say that you hadn't studied Spanish, you guys kind of understand a little bit of what each other's saying, since some of the languages are rooted in the same place, or are they completely different?
Yes, not all Neo-Latin languages, but Portuguese and Spanish is kind of okay to understand, you know. I can talk to a person who speaks Spanish and we will get to communicate, but if I go talk to someone from Italy or from France, then that's gonna be a bit of a problem.
Sure, yeah.
It's interesting that I'm talking to you because what I studied at my university was Spanish, French, and Italian, and Jim and I were debating this. I'm like, well, you know, Italian and Spanish is close enough that we can understand a lot of what's going on, and if I'm reading something, it's real easy because you can see the cognates and all the words, so all the roots that are going on. And since it's all coming from Latin, you can at least understand the basic ideas in what you're reading or what you're hearing from another person.
Yes, when you're reading Italian, at least for me, it's a little easier. Actually, a guy from Instagram reviewed a repeat, and it was in Italian, and I could understand like half of what he wrote, so I was kind of happy.
That's awesome. You know, and speaking of language and the band, I want to ask about the band name Structural Repairs. How did that come up?
Dude, I'm really sorry, but I don't know the answer to that question. Because as I said, I was the last one to join the band, and I even asked the Breno, the original member that's still remaining. He didn't even remember how it came up to be Structural Repair, so it just is, you know?
I would expect some structural damage, or, you know, but the structural repairs, kind of, you know, that's kind of opposite, right? I mean, that's building instead of tearing down.
Yeah, but that's kind of very representative of what we try to convey with our lyrics. I mean, I don't know if you guys know a lot about Brazil and the political scenario in here, but things are already deteriorated enough the way they are, so it's about time people started talking about rebuilding and reforming things instead of just tearing everything apart.
Yeah, then that's something we really need to see all over the world, but yeah, repairing things and rebuilding, that is part of the forward momentum I think we have to have, especially as performers going out there and reaching audiences.
Absolutely. And the shame is I don't see many artists doing that, you know. I think especially in pop music, this more mainstream kind of music and arts in general, they either, you know, avoid the topic or they just become part of the problem. It's kind of weird, you know.
Sure, yeah. So what are the future plans for the band right now?
Right now we are working on our next full-length album. We've already composed 4 songs, and we're thinking about going in studio when we have about 10. I think that's a decent number. But we're gonna allow ourselves some time now, because one thing we don't really regret, but we wish we had done different, was that as soon as we finished composing the 4 songs for the EP, we went to the studio to record. And that didn't give us enough time to mature the songs, to really feel comfortable with the songs and all. So if you see us playing live now, we play them completely different from what was recorded.
Right.
So we're going to... Yeah, and you know, if you recorded it today, it would be much better. So we are going to learn from our mistake and really take our time, feel comfortable with the songs, mature them enough, and then, you know, get to record. And that's the good part of not being signed with any label, you know. We don't have any time pressure on us.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are doing it completely independently. Where can the fans, the listeners to the Metal Mixtape, where can they find you online to hear some of these tunes and learn about the band?
Well, we're on all major streaming platforms. We're on Spotify, Deezer, Bandcamp, Reverb Nation. We're on YouTube as well, under Structural Repairs Official. We're on Facebook, Structural Repairs Official with 1 F, and on Instagram, Structural Repairs Official.
Very cool. Juan, thank you so much for letting us play these tunes and talking to us here on the Metal Mixtape.
Thank you guys a lot for having me. That's an amazing opportunity, and I'm really thankful for that.
Well, I think I speak for Margarita and myself as well, and to tell you that the band's really great, and we do hope for good things in the future, and we hope that maybe someday you can make it out to our side of the globe and maybe play some shows over here.
Yeah, man, we're looking forward to it. I hope to meet you guys in person someday.
Maybe at Lima Metal Fest someday.
Perhaps. Never know.
All right, Juan, thank you so much. That's Juan from the band Structural Repairs. We're going to play one more tune by these guys. And again, this song is This Is War. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Buenas noches.